So we can get into your questions now if you guys have questions. So,
Have you ever done somebody?
so I'll go through the whole story with you guys. I was on patrol one day, and we were on a convoy. We were driving down the road, and our first truck got hit by a roadside bomb. And at that point, the rule is that you shoot everywhere, so that you can draw out the trigger man. Because hopefully, if you shoot around them, they'll jump up and start running, and you can kill them. It never happened when I was there. It never actually worked. But what ended up happening was that our unit, we shot at this car that was driving away, and come to find out later that it was the Sheikh's son, and the Sheikh is like the religious leader of the village, and we killed his son. And that's something, you know, his son had nothing to do with any of this stuff, and that's something that happened. A lot of civilians die over there. Over 1 million Iraqis have been killed. 5 million have been displaced from their homes. 2 million have been internally displaced, and what that means is that, you know, they have to leave their homes. A lot of them go into like they set up camps in the middle of nowhere. You know, like they try to find whatever they can to build like some kind of shelter for themselves, and then half of that 5 million have actually left the country, and they're in refugee camps in places like Syria and Jordan, where they have no access to clean water, no access to like all the things that make life a little bit easier for us. They don't have access to those things. So it's something that is very, very serious and very real that goes on over there. Actually, it's interesting because the military, they do give you a paycheck. You know, even when you're in Iraq, you get paid. Like, I was a corporal in the Army, and so I was getting paid. I don't know. I'm doing the math off the top of my head, but probably around like $22,000 a year, which is not very much. It's not very much money. You don't get paid that much to be in. And the other thing is that they issue all this equipment, like the weapons, the body armor, like all those different things that they issue you. If you lose any of it, you have to pay for it out of your own pocket. So you're actually paying the military all the time. Also, if you get in trouble, they'll take away half of your pay. Yeah, they call it an Article 15. It's where you can get Article 15 for almost anything, and they take away half your pay for a certain period of time, and they give you extra work. So like if we got off at 5, all the people who got in trouble had to work until like midnight, and then they come back to work at 6 and work from 6 a.m. to midnight again. And you'd also be restricted to the barracks, so you couldn't leave the barracks. You couldn't even go to the store. You could go to eat at the dining facility, and then you go back to the barracks and work. So those are the things. Like, it is miserable. You know, it is seriously miserable. The military is not fun. It's not a fun experience. I got in trouble, but I never got an Article 15 or anything like that. I didn't really get in much trouble until the very end of my into my career in the military, because I just didn't care at that point about getting in trouble. But no, I didn't really get in trouble. But I had a lot of friends that did.
They didn't mention where your piercings are.
No, I got these afterwards. So, yeah, if any of you guys got piercings, you're thinking about joining the military, you gotta get them out. And they'll cut your hair too. Any of you with longer hair.
Only guys, right?
Yeah, no, girls, you just gotta wear it up in a bun. But no, don't go tell everyone that I said that. No. No, I'm medically ineligible for serving again because of traumatic brain injury, which is where it's hard for me to essentially retain new information, and it makes it a little harder for me to think through things because of all the concussions that I had, but also because of post-traumatic stress disorder. I was diagnosed with that, and so I can't serve again. I'm not allowed to touch a weapon in the military, which is a good thing because, you know, keeps me out of going back. I think that what I'm trying to do on the outside is try to make sure that all my friends, all the people in the military, don't have to go back. That's why I want to come talk to you guys, and I try to organize against the war, because I want to make sure that my friends don't have to go back, you know, for their 3rd, 4th, 5th tours, which people are actually doing. So.
What is your favorite gun?
My favorite gun? I don't know. I don't think I really have one. I mean, I'll let you know. You know, in training and stuff, they make it seem really cool, like you have fun shooting the weapons. But once you get to combat, it's, you know, that's something very real that you have to do and live with. You know.
But they haven't even been to.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are military recruiters that have been, But the thing about military recruiting is that it's a non-deployable job, so you don't actually deploy while you're being a recruiter. And there are a lot of recruiters who have been recruiters for a long time since the war started, and they haven't gone. But I actually have a friend back in Atlanta. He was a Marine Corps recruiter, and he's against the war now, and he's against recruiting and the things. He's in favor of the stuff I'm talking about, because when he was a recruiter, he had a bunch of young people come up to him and say, I don't want to go to Iraq. I'll join, but I don't want to go to Iraq. And so he was like, well, what's wrong with Iraq? So we started doing research about it, and he felt after doing that research that he couldn't tell young people to join the military anymore. He felt like he was scamming them, like a used car salesman. So he got out of the military. So, but you're right, there are a lot that haven't served in Iraq and Afghanistan. Is there anyone thinking about joining the military in here?